Ladies and gentlemen, do I have something for you? Actually. That's right. We can cancel now, boys. Epic. In fact, I should post a... That's funny. Hold the phone. Stop the presses. Alright. iQuare also is going to send me a temporary fix for the add-on bug. Which is pretty cool of him. It's temporary because it actually reverts the new functionality for Terran and Protoss. Until he writes a complete hook for the function that was bugging out. But it should still work for the time being. So if that's still not done by the end of this week, we'll be alright. We'll make it happen. I don't know the specifics, actually. He didn't tell me. He just said he fixed it and sent me some files. Or a file. It was probably like what Balethal and I were discussing in the earlier stages of that fraud night. If I had to guess, it was you know, the fact that we had some sort of like that. The unit is on the map. It exists in the game. It's just not given a graphic or anything. That's how it takes up supply. So basically, the unit exists, and then when you cancel it, the unit that's being trained, like that actually has progress in it, which is the unit that exists, that removes the unit, but presumably it was hitting some null pointer because it was trying to say like, all right, remove the unit in this list or something, and it couldn't find the unit, so it crashed. That's what I'm assuming happened, but I don't know for sure. iQuare and I also talked a bit about some plans for making the add-on functionality work like it did in Toddborn, where you just push the button and it immediately starts building the add-on. This won't replace old functionality. We're thinking right now if you hold shift and push the button, that's when it'll automatically replace the add-on. And if you just push the button, like the hotkey for the unit, it will provide you with the same as the original stuff. Earlier this morning, I was helping Ultralisks out forward his ports. It seems like he's figured out a solution that works for him. Hopefully I can help Maoli do the same thing. I was also talking with Nave very briefly about the idea that we could print a message for anybody who didn't have their ports opened. But apparently that's not easy to implement or something. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I removed the smart rally mechanic. That was something that I did very early on. I decided I would be removing that. What's up, Connor? Yeah, actually, I wanted to start doing playtests. If there's enough people, I want to start doing one or two of those every stream, but every mod stream. Assuming I have something that's actually playable, obviously. Like in this case, I have this map that's fairly playable. I'm going to do some changes first. But putting the invitation out there, so if there's people who are interested in playing, I can pop in and observe. Of course, we still don't have any AI for this map, is the key thing, right? That's the big deal, so. But it's obviously not during the typical Fraud Night time. That being said, I still think people will enjoy the opportunity, in theory. 3, of course. Yeah, I work at in 4 hours? Less than 4 hours? So I won't be here for super long, but should be enough time for me to finish working on some stuff. And oh, I never imported Hydra, it looks like. Yeah, it should be enough time for me to get everything done. Yeah, you have to never use emojis again, basically. That's apparently what Mixer has decided. I wonder if that's a setting I can change on my end. Oh yeah, and this one was off. It was a pranker. What? Oh, they're way smaller in Mixer chat. Why are they so massive in Restream chat then? That must be a Restream side error. Let's see. It's probably a settings button or something. That's fine. Ah! Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Alright. Remastered as a design file. Hell yeah. Glad I saw that in the background while I was fucking around with this. Alright, let me try popping this into here. Oh. Apparently I already had done that. Oh, never mind. I can do default compact. What? Ew. Oh, there's an Undertale theme. Bye. Yeah. It looks like we're just leaving it the way it is. Apparently, I can only change it on my end as far as, like, making it smaller. The emoji are obviously still huge, but I can't, can't do anything else, unfortunately. And can't do it to anything to further condense it on the OBS end. Just gonna back up the remaining files that I have to back up. We have, what do we have? Config, mod, and unit. What's up, Helltrix? Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Good reminder. I'm thinking we're probably due for a special one. So let's do... Oh, I forgot to pink DF, by the way. I should be able to do that. But I have no idea how. I'll ask Bailiff though, maybe he knows. I pinged him in Special Bus about it, so he has been made aware. All right. What's up, Ultralisks? I'm still working on the layout for now. I was just doing some administrative work, we'll say. Trying to figure out what I wanted to, or how I wanted to handle certain aspects of map crap. So we'll see what people have to say for that. But after I finish working on the layout, I also may end up updating the double bridge over here to make it a little bit cleaner. But I think that placeholder graphic is okay for now. I've got two changes I know I want to make, right? One of them is to add more unbuildable terrain on the north side of this plateau here for Arak. So I think specifically over here is going to have some unbuildable terrain, which will allow Arak to fortify down here. And just around this choke point and stuff, but crucially will also involve the reward the player for successfully pushing into Zaz territory and flanking Arak. And so the idea is that like Terrans can flank on this side to get him. There's probably going to be a bit of unbuildable terrain up here as well to limit the amount of defensive structures Arak can place on the top side. And so that will allow the Confederates to also get some advantage. But I think there should be a bit more leeway there since there's less movement ability anyway. And the Confederates are, in theory, in a position to more like destroy them or impact them more aggressively, right? Because there's two Confederates right here, whereas the Magistrates and the Sons of Korhal are both further away. What's up, Ilya? I don't know what that means by departure. If you're talking about the crash, yes, that has been fixed. I did the double bridge yesterday and the day before. I worked on it across 2 days. There's a couple of things I need to fix with it. There's still a sparkling pixel over here and 2 sparkling pixels over there. These two, in theory, work because it's supposed to be water underneath there. But the problem is it doesn't look like... It just looks out of place given the situation. So even though in theory it would be realistic, I should get rid of it. So those 3 sparkling pixels need to be fixed. And then other than that, I intend to improve the area over here where it builds into the terrain. And probably down here as well where it builds into the terrain. I want to make it a bit more impactful in that sense. Or a bit more sensible. If that makes any sense. And I think other than that, it would behoove me to clean up the pillars a little bit. These pillars seem okay at first glance. This one is in need of a redo, and I may end up making this one similar to the others as well, instead of it being a special snowflake the way it is right now. So we'll see what happens there. So there's a few different things that I need to fix on that one, but it's going to be a slower process, especially now that I have something that works. Should be fine. So I guess there's actually 3 things that I need to do that are layout related, not related to the bridge, right? There's the Arak changes. The other thing that I was going to say is I wanted to add some more stuff to Gorn's main, make it a little bit less open, because right now it's really difficult for him to push out of his base and feel secure, because there's so many different areas that are fairly long distances. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add like a hill, a one-way hill that's up here that overlooks this area and basically turns this into a smaller pathway between the ramps on the south, and also acts as, in a way to funnel ground troops through a fairly wide bottleneck over here on the right. Meanwhile, the left will remain much the same, I think. And other than that, I think I am thinking of extending this high ground over here a little bit more out, and then reworking it a little bit so that there's more space in this choke, but the ramp is like over here, and so that there's like a little bit more back and forth in that area. Instead of this being a reverse ramp, it'll be a south-facing ramp instead of a north-facing one. So there's some changes I need to make to this base. And then I also wanted to overhaul the mineral-only over here, because that's basically the natural. This one's very, very far away for a natural, quote-unquote. So if we're going to make this a natural, then I would probably tone down the minerals a little bit and add a gas, or maybe add like a 2000 Vespene gas so it's like really low, and have the have this be like a almost foreshore safe base to take, contrasted against this one, which is further away and takes longer. Because right now, when I was playing as this guy and when I saw other people playing as this guy, you don't want to take this base because there's no gas, and you want gas as Terran. But if you take this base, you're split very far, and it's very difficult for you to defend that much open area. So another thing that I may end up doing to make this base a little bit more palatable is adding like similar to what I was talking about with Gorn, adding like a one-way hill or something, or even some structure that you can drop a tank on with a dropship would be good, I think. So there's more than a few different options there. What's up, Patrick? Remember you made a double bridge for crap? Had a ton of sparks. Yeah, the sparkling pixels are the biggest sort of barrier for me when it comes to handling stuff like that. What's up, Shirk? So I don't actually have the unbuildable tiles right now. I could use crevices as a placeholder. I was thinking maybe I would port rocky dirt or rocky ground into high dirt. I actually already have a rocky ground base, like a PSD file for it. So maybe that wouldn't be too bad to do. I also have to re-import the higher mud. Or maybe it's time that I just... Well... That would definitely be a longer thing than what I could accomplish today. I was going to say maybe it's time for me to just make a different color of high dirt for the tier 3 dirt thing, but that would definitely take some time. The other thing is going into personnel cloaking and setting it to researched. And did I do that for borrowing as well? I did. And irradiate? Yeah. I've also made the change recently that makes the maximum upgrade level 10 instead of 3, which is obviously a pretty big change. Will be interesting next Fraud Night to see how that goes. Ocular implants is no longer in the game. I don't know which one of these is which. I have 2 Caduceus reactors. I'll have to look into that later. That's been a strange experience for a while. Oh, and yes, to reiterate, because there's some people here that weren't here before, I am looking for people who are interested in playing some matches on this map today, in a few hours or in an hour or something, after I'm done with some layout changes. So, just reminding you guys about that now. The experience of playing this stuff in Fraud Night has been super helpful, I must say. Like, I would recommend this kind of thing where you're playing your map in this manner. I would recommend this to every developer. Like, you have to try to do this. It seems like so important to me. Yeah, I will. It's been really useful for like visualizing what a player would want to do in a certain situation. It seems like way more impactful or effective or whatever than trying to guess, right? And because you as a player actually are playing the map, and so you're trying to figure out like what the best situation would be, or the best anything. Pretty big transformation in terms of how you think about all that stuff. So, also a good way to try to visualize your win conditions as each race when you're doing as many tech tree changes as I am. That's also very important. If I have anything to say about that, it's that, you know, just keep that in mind, you know. Hello, Daniel Soroskin. What's up? Alright. I'm not sure if this is actually stronger as an environment. I think I'll maybe extend this cliff over here. What will we have in that situation? We'll have something that certainly does not align. So we'll just do that. This way there's a little bit of a Zerg bias to this area, which I think is fine considering the proximity to a Zerg main. They can throw some basilisks up here. I actually really like that. When I was playing as Gorn and I was fighting Dawn yesterday. Dawn was one of the Terrans, and I just sniped all of his SCVs with basilisks. That felt satisfying. That was pretty good. Although I am very, very obviously terrible at the game. That much is an inescapable fact of reality, it seems. Here's where I go hunting for tiles again. Here it is. What's up, Luciferius? Welcome. I knew it. I was deceived. Alright, I like that better. A little bit more maneuverability up top. A little bit more of a reason to even go there. So that's good. Gonna make the hill now. Sorry, I keep ducking in and out of the camera. I'm trying to find the specific tile. It's not as easy as you might think it would be. Alright. Little bits here and there break up the flow. Okay, so I think that should be a decent change, decent set of changes. I moved his mineral fields around as well and shifted the, I think I shifted the whole base over by a tile or two. Wow. Looks like people overwhelmingly want team so far for the map grab. Yeah, Iquare, what's going on? Yeah, that worked out great. I haven't tested the add-on thing yet, but I can do that now since plugin compiled. I even made a backup, so I hope you're proud of me. I just hope that that full hook doesn't take you too long, because I know you were just about to start working on some AI or something, right? For Overlord. And then I said, hey, by the way. You, by the way. What the fuck? That might have just been a normal fuck. Hold on. Alright, yeah, that's fine. Seems good. I think it was just off, like placed off the coordinates or something. Oh, the cancel. Okay, well, Alexander, if you're still here, that's what it was. Apparently, the that was the source of it. I'm just glad we caught it. I mean, obviously we would have eventually, but that could have been a really strange one to track down if we had never figured it out. So It was like Pillar of Fire, I think. Yeah. It was what I was sieging the demon capital, that's all I know. Yeah. Battlecry 2, Undead Toddbringer. See, you know. You already know. Yeah, I fixed that. As soon I was actually alt-tabbing in the middle of ordering my workers to mine to fix that. It's been fixed. Trust me, I was not having that. Yeah, if you're trying to make the Overlord spawn broodlings on death, yes, it's possible. The biggest issue would be that if the Overlord was over unpathable terrain and they spawned, they would just decollide for a while until they, woke the fuck up. This one's not accessible. The fuck? Apparently that's interesting is what that is. Yeah, that's true too. It could just be something like that. Alright, I just wanted to make sure.
Roger that. Right away, sir.
Now, Warcraft 3 had units unload. I don't think Starcraft 2 did. Alright, that feels much better. Oh, Hercules, right. Yeah, I was definitely not thinking of that one. Still have to fix that one. Yeah, I would just overlay it, right? Well, the only problem is that there surely would be a more futuristic solution. A higher tech solution than fucking parachutes. That's my gut reaction anyway. It's like, why the fuck are they still using parachutes? What's wrong with these people? Yeah. You didn't really understand how you realized vision from a 3-level high ground. I'm not sure what you mean by vision. If you mean that there's not, it's not obvious, like looking at it, yes, that's true. So eventually, I'll show you what I did in a different tile set, because I made the high dirt stuff for Jungle Badlands a long time ago, and we're still using those assets now. So I'm going to show you what I did in Ashworld, which was very recent. So in Ashworld, I actually recolored the terrain and used that as a base for the top part of the cliff, which is what you see up here being a different, I almost said skin tone, like Discord emoji, different color, different tone. It's the same thing, like, this is dark, this is light, and this is not really lighter. I guess it's kind of darker in this case, but it's just a different color than the other two. And so it's immediately obvious when you're on that. It's like, all right, I'm not on the vanilla tile. All right, I'm not on the medium ground, I'm on the high ground. Eventually, I'm going to do the same thing for dirt, where I make high dirt either darker than, or higher dirt is what I'm saying. I make higher dirt, darker or lighter, depending on what works best visually, than high dirt. And then I take the mask and I mask out like all of the elements of the upper part of the cliff in Photoshop. So that eventually I will do all that. It's just that I haven't done it yet. And when I do end up doing it, I'll I was thinking of doing that today, but it's a fairly involved process, and I want to make sure that we have time to play this updated submission. So this updated map. I said submission because I have map crap on the brain. I haven't messed around with nav meshes at all, Aquare. Besides, like, placing them. If that's what you mean. I've placed a few of them, but I haven't configured them in any way. That map is just waiting for more AI fixes, and then eventually I will be able to throw it out there. I would like to get some more AI testing done, but I can't really do much tweaking until I have some fixed elements of the AI themselves. How I've realized unit vision from it. I don't know what that means either. I can preview vision in SEM draft. I can also go into the... Oh, I think you were talking about when I was doing this? Oh. Forgot to fix that. This is just a setting inside SEM Draft. It's one of the options you have. That's not the Univision, though. That's me checking to make sure that the tiles are all the appropriate height. Right, I agree, Iquare. I think there's advantages of having the construction emulate 2D in terms of functionality, but for sure the graphics should be 2D. No reason to go above that. I don't think we even need to make the game 3D in any capacity. Like, obviously we'll be using models for the sprites or whatever, and we'll just convert them into sprites after the fact, but or use some other way to render them into to 2D perspective. Apparently, people were talking about this in one of the other chats on the Discord server, that apparently it's going to be challenging to handle networking more than anything. Which is spooky. Because neither of us are network engineers. I think I also have grass lying around here. I guess it doesn't look like it, but... I don't know. Pretty sure I selected grass there. Hey, get out of here. All right, so let's try importing that. Oh, I forgot to do that. There we go. So let's see how that works out. Well, it's about as chaotic and eclectic as default Rocky Ground. So that's fine by me. Alright, so if we look at this, build a hatchery there. Okay, we can't spread that at all. Say we connect this. We could eventually spread it over here, but it still is not going to go down. I'll just add a little bit of extra insurance policy over here, I think. And there you go. It's not pretty, really. I don't know what would be better for it. I'm guessing maybe a more intense shadow might translate better, even though it might look a little ridiculous at that point. So I'll experiment with that later. But at the very least, we have a first draft of that. All right. I didn't really do much else over here. Okay. Okay. That's a bit prettied up. I'm trying to think if there's any other last-minute changes that I wanted to mess around with. Oh, yeah. I wanted to make a small little bit of high ground over here. Time for the testing call. So I think we're good. I don't think I had to make any other mod changes. I did the ghost thing. Testing cow. I'm really not sure why the yeah, I don't really know why the Fog of War stuff didn't work properly. I'm gonna try again real quick with this base and see if I can make any sense of it all. Because I do think that this is an important aspect of the whole thing, right? Is making sure that you know what's up with your base, in my opinion. For new players, or returning players who are playing a different spot, or whatever. Alright, so... Well, that worked at least. Maybe I was just in a different map or something. I don't know. It's really hard for me to imagine why it would be doing it that way. But I'll quickly fix it up. Ah, wrong area. Alright, well that seems to work fine. Well, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Hi. Let's see what's going on. Welcome back. Meanwhile, I'm doing Fog of War for the Zerg. Should be ready in time for a second test if we end up doing one. Yo, yo, yo. It's Alexander in Smoochy Room. You.
Me. Hi.
You.
You.
What's up? You.
I have become a design pro.
You sure
Check me
have.
out.
I have become a fog of war. Oh, I just realized the fog of war for Zaz is off because I moved his main. Well, that's okay. You guys will just have a random bit of terrain revealed. The Terrans will anyway.
Cool.
Anything significantly changed since last time?
Yeah, Zaz's main got I was posting screenshots yesterday about that.
Aside from the stuff you posted in Hydra channel.
Yeah. All right.
Who is us in this composition?
Who is what? Zaz is you. Number 1, slot 1 for Zerg. Then it's Gorn, and then it's Arak.
Am I alone today?
I mean, apparently we need 2 more people.
Hey, Ultralisks, you're Necron, by the way.
Who's even online? I can't even check. Hey, ping Veek. I'll ping. Don't double ping. That would be rude. Pink Veek. See what people say.
So, Connor, when are you uploading the Vortex?
I'll do that before I go to bed.
I want to see your suffering.
That is the gayest map I've played.
And you've played all of Necron's stuff, so that's saying something.
Oh, listen, he called Necron's entire mod unplayable, so...
Well, I think his quote in the trailer was just gay. So. It's pretty accurate.
Yeah, he
You gotta
referred
believe-
to UED Tech 3 pretty often that way.
I think the only other gay map I've played was Ocean 9.
What did you not like by in his Tech 3, by the way, Mr. Connor?
What did I not like and what?
About his UED Tech 3.
All the random bullshit.
Well, I mean,
Meaningless changes. It was fun to start off with, but when you started adding units that did so much fucking damage with no counters.
That's a common problem with custom tech trees in general, is they're either like too useless or too useful. It's very rarely will you see a balance.
There was no fucking balance is the problem.
you would need to
Fucking-
run like 5 billion tests to just approach that, so you have to punch Connor until he releases 5,000 testing videos.
Or you could do some testing yourself, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
You could just try to play at all. Oh, hi.
Or you could do your own tests and punch Connor.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying Connor's not a resource. You mine Connor. He's a mineral field. You mine him and you just pop out YouTube
Gather more
videos.
Connors first.
Yeah. But
I'd rather play projects I don't like.
Better use your gathers somehow.
I mean, the issue is just that there's a general lack of like personal investment in people's work. Like they don't bother trying to figure out what what would make things more balanced. I think a lot of it comes down to them not understanding it too, though. Is like if they don't have a concrete understanding of the Zerg.
Your Necron, congratulations.
If they don't have a concrete understanding of like what the game is,
Yeah, that's
like how the game works or whatever, it's pretty difficult for them to
Do shit correctly.
to like
think that,
strike an
having
actual balance.
The most useful thing which you can do about it is to have melee like we are currently having and test it in those conditions.
Yeah. This has been super useful for map balance at the very least. Like I've learned a lot about stuff
Well,
like
primal melee.
basically what I've learned a lot about what would be required for what would be required for the game to be or the map to be like more approachable for a variety of players, which I think is good. Wait, what? Holy shit. It just overrode half the fucking path. How does that happen, man? Fog of War is so confusing. Anyway, I just think it's something people don't consider. Probably because they're not really treating the AI in their games as if they were real players. Not in a sense where they're trying to emulate a player or make them be as good as a player or whatever, but just like basic ideas like a goal. Hey, this player has a goal of doing X. That's usually enough to...
All the pre-play shit is a bloody problem too.
Oh yeah, that's pretty common in pretty much every project.
Not so much. Not so much for 1.16, but for remastered, it's a big problem, it seems.
Well, considering 1.16 was around for a lot longer, we definitely saw some insane pre-play shit in a lot of projects. But modern 1.16.1 projects, you're right, they don't tend to have that problem. I think that a lot of that comes down to like base layout being a pretty useful addition and people making use of that. Alright, well, Fog of War is done, it looks like. I'll save that after our test. It looks like we are indeed... we are indeed down 2 more people, so maybe you guys want to 2v3 it?
It's in game.
Just write AI, Simon.
Oh yeah, good idea. Yeah, if you want to record it from your end, Ultralisk, feel free. Might be useful.
For sure.
Alright, let me close these slots. Oh, no, you guys should be in the Sons of Korhal slots, I think. Just because those are more reasonable, like, distance-wise.
Tons.
Change slots, Alexander!
Alexander flies again.
Flies to a new slot. See ya, nerd. Oh, bye.
Oh.
Okay, bye.
Oh,
What the fuck? You guys all got
What
dropped.
happened?
I don't know. Good
Do
question.
you want us to leave?
Yeah. Make sure.
Restart.
Did you
Oh, shit,
guys?
I guess the
I'll
whole
re-upload
space.
the EXE. Maybe there was something to do with that.
You forgot to change the center view for Zaz.
Oh, okay. Thanks. That's easy. Center view should probably be a little bit lower than the main, so that you're more
You actually like
closer.
proud queer.
I like having the
Yes,
center
half
view
a tile.
a bit lower than the...
Just a little
Command
bit, a little bit
centers.
closer to the workers, I think, because of the. I think that'll work out, but I can adjust it later anyway. It's just a location right now.
I'd
Alright.
rather not scroll to the minerals after selecting the SUV or whatever.
Right. I'm not sure why there would be a desync now. It doesn't seem to make any sense. Let's wait for BattleNet to connect.
So new XZ is already there?
Yeah, I just re-uploaded it.
Yep.
Oh.
It looked like I desynced more than anybody else did, so I'm assuming that was because I had a different version than what you guys were using, but I don't know for sure. Did you guys desync with everybody else, or was it just me?
No, it was just you.
That's
Overplaying,
interesting.
so-
I wonder if that's the observer slot or something. Holy fuck, this game.
There it is.
I can't believe I have to suffer through this shit every single time I want to connect.
Nice robot on it, by the way.
It won't work anyway.
Yeah.
It's not even getting me to the point where I can go back to the other one. So, it's just shit.
Strange, to be honest. Some weird shit going on your end.
I don't know why. I set up a static IP. And then it just crashes eventually. Why? Why would it just sit here and freeze on the out?
Luld. Whoa.
What the fuck, dude? Alright, I'm in now. Game's up.
Rip.
Oh, okay. Balanced, by the way.
No. Okay. All Zerg are occupied.
Destroyed. Well, you guys can't have this team composition. This is psychotic.
Yeah, either GF or Connor has to switch sides because it will end up very quickly and very retardedly.
This game would be fast
What
if all of
you
you
made,
with
man.
Connor in it.
Idea.
In fact, Connor should be by himself anyway. We all know.
Oh no.
We all know
One-man
how this
army.
works. Yeah.
I don't really count as player, so
Just join DF. What are you doing, big baby? Although, if Connor is by himself, I recommend he picks the first or second slot, not the middle of the map slot, which is what he's in right now.
Yeah. White is very vulnerable to everyone. Like,
Who am
center of
I?
the map, I think.
Wait, what?
Orange.
You're orange, and if you go down one, you're chestnut. Gorn is chestnut. He's in the
Right.
top middle, and Zaz orange is in top
you are
left.
Zaz.
Greetings, I am Zaz. All right.
Alrighty.
Who am I, you of the me?
A Todd of the Dead. Greetings, I am Dad.
Right, Mr. DF. We had our differences, but now
Oh
we
wait,
just work
you're not
together.
orange. Orange is the second slot, I guess.
Rip.
Well, it's okay.
Weird. Okay.
This spot's fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a fraud special for you today. In the bottom left-hand corner, the Maya Blue Terrans Ultralisks. In the bottom middle, close to the right-hand corner, the Scarlet Terran Alexander. Team 2, in the middle of the map, on the right-hand side,
Personally, I
Brass
don't like
Terran
it.
Darkened Fantasies.
It has way too many
In the
ways to
top
press me.
right corner, a Complaining Terran, UED Commander, Saffron Terran, and in the top middle, the Chestnut
I
Zerg,
really gotta get used to these hotkeys again.
Connor.
It's been too long.
Excavate them? You excavate
I mean-
them, actually.
Wow.
What were you saying earlier, UED? I was too busy announcing everybody's name to the stream.
I don't like this spot at all, at which I'm currently located.
I reworked your mineral only into a more reasonable natural, so the one on the platforms south left, bottom left of your base. So maybe that will be more defensible. But why don't you like it? Is it because it's too open or something?
Yeah, it has like 5 points of entry.
Let's count them.
I mean, I can cover high grounds with bunkers, but which I will probably do right now.
I think you really only need the leftmost one, and then if you take the base to the north, you should be able to hold from there.
Yeah, there's Connor there. There's slight problem.
Yeah, you know, just kill Connor. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Just defeat him.
Oh no.
I will also work engine to support maps of the size we need while
Yeah.
I'm at it.
There you go. While you're at it, doing impossible tasks.
What?
If you can just rewrite the engine from scratch for us.
Yeah. Make it open source.
Mm-hmm.
Open BV, but actually working.
I can't wait for that worker change where units don't get stuck when they're pathing through workers. That'll be epic.
Oh, it survived.
We have fraud contact. Ultralisks has scouted with a Marine, intercepting an Overlord, owned by Connor. Taking position in the high ground, he pelts him with a pepper gun. An SCV has also been targeted by Ultralisk's Marines. Its owner, Darkened Fantasies, is using this information wisely as he constructs his first Tier 2 structure, the Armory, now available for a measly command center. Connor's forces are still under attack as he is going to undoubtedly lose this Overlord. Unless these Zerglings can Zerg here.
Over.
Get
Destroyed.
wrecked.
Connor is already killing someone. He has been, what, 5 minutes?
3.5.
UED Commander checks out his base.
I noticed a slight problems with
Oh, there's a lot.
do you see my pinks, Mr. Kroll?
No, you have to share vision me.
I am sharing with you.
Oh, I have to share vision you, I guess. Try it now.
You have to be allied.
Oh, I'll ally you. Try it now. Yeah, what are you pinging?
On this high ground I see slight problems with textures, like a lot of them.
Oh, yeah, there's some gay seams. Those will be fixed eventually. I guess I'll ally
Oh,
with everybody
great.
else so that I can also experience their pings.
Oh, okay, bye.
What? What?
What?
Panic at SRC Global RS.
Oh shit! Take a screenshot.
It crashed.
Man.
iQuare's here. He can fix it, guys. Just take a screenshot of your panic.
A massive plugin in it, by the way.
Just take a screenshot and post it in the Hydra channel, you big baby. I feel like I've seen this before. Oh, no, I haven't seen 8.11.
I feel
Was
that was
that
going
corner
on, dude.
taking my base to the upper right? Oh, you.
Aw.
Well, we'll wait a moment for.
I like how,
Oh, man.
I like how when you exit the bottlenet, it zooms in on you. The first name.
Of course. It's you, actually. We pinged you, iQuare, in Discord. Take a look. I do like that as this is happening from an A's panic, iQuare's message is, "What happened? I was coding and not paying attention." Yeah, you're about to be coding some more. Any
Have fun, Aqua.
any temporary, or not temporary, but like immediate feedback regarding the base areas or anything like that?
I haven't explored that much, so I can't really tell.
I mean, to be honest, if I like move my defensive lines a bit if I myself move my defensive lines a bit to the left, where there is a high ground to the expo, then I will have to defend only 3 passages to my base instead of 5, but then I lose high ground advantage, so that's not really.
I was thinking you might even like an early strat for that player to negate the effectiveness of the, or to like just seize control would probably be to set up bunkers like below the
ASAP.
just below this expansion over here. I'm on stream selecting stuff, but like
Yeah, I am. Nice.
yeah, around this mud, like placing a bunker over here, then it forces the Zerg to either like, especially once you get tanks and stuff and you get marine range, you'll actually be pelting units as they come down here, assuming you have vision. And then you can also have a bunker over here, and then maybe another one on the low ground over here connecting them or something. Certainly one down here. And then, you know, this would be like defensive line A, and then you'd have like stuff around this expansion, and then stuff down here, or stuff over here or something. Like, I basically made it so that, yes, your base is very open if you don't take any map control outside of your immediate sphere of influence. But when you go down to this area and take this base, and when you take this upper base, the idea is that you'll set up defenses in the areas where you need them. And like that, you're by expanding your sphere of influence, you're technically expanding the surface area of your base, but you're actually getting more access to better choke points, like down here and stuff. But I can definitely see what you mean about it being very easy to attack into.
That problem is called corner.
Yeah.
So I'm not engaging in early stages.
True.
Wait, what?
He's not. He can't attack you in the early stages. Apparently, it's not allowed.
Why not?
I don't know. He doesn't think it's allowed. It's illegal, apparently. I'm not sure why.
You tried to kill my overlord.
Yeah, that was Ultralisks.
Oh,
He got pretty close too.
very close.
20 HP, I think. 3 hits.
If only you had
Very
microed
close.
your man.
I thought I had it, so I just leave it alone.
True.
Then 2 Zerglings ganked me up. Oh, there's a Bison upper left.
It would be cool to see some nuke rushing now that ghost cloaking is enabled by default, or researched by default, I should say.
Oh no.
Some new crashes.
What happened? Did you say nuke crashes? Oh, did anybody try to build an add-on, by the way? That should have been fixed.
No.
I tested it myself, it looked fixed, so.
Panic crashes are good. by the way. That's true, but that's also you.
Thank you very much for your swift help, Iquare. Hopefully it was, I mean, it must not have been too complicated because you did it in 5 seconds.
New EXE?
Yeah, I'm finding, well, I don't have my Windows Explorer open anymore because I'm a Mongoloid. Here we go.
Downloading again. Oh, not yet. Anyway.
Yeah, not yet. I'm uploading it. For some reason, when I saved it with this code, it's significantly smaller. It's like, it went from 73 to 65. Or 67 or something. Maybe that also had something to do with why my connection wasn't happening.
Too bad it's not 69.
Alright, well, I'll add 2 megabytes of me saying you. And we'll see what happens. Alright.
Am I gonna have to download it again?
I just uploaded it, so... It's 65.7 megabytes. Oh no, it's, hold on. 67.241 megabytes. So if you have an EXE that's that big. Oh, I just closed something. Oh, is that same drive? Nothing important. One thing I am trying to figure out here is like how to make resources look proper on structure and on asphalt. For asphalt, my solution is really just to blend it with dirt, so there's not really a solution. Like the way that I did it in the brass base that DF was in. But I don't know about structure. Structure is going to be real tricky to make it look reasonable.
You should make some map be 4v2 against very special AIs and then have Connor and DF play as them.
Yeah, I was thinking one thing that we could end up doing is... Because, like, people were talking about the... Not this past Friday night, but the one before it. People were talking about the concept of an AI setup where you have, like... well, not really an AI setup per se, but just a force setup where you can offset the skill disparity. And
yeah, that would be very fitting for Brood War Hydra if that was a thing, you know? That.
Well, I think what it would just end up being like Nemesis maps, basically. So
yeah, that's.
You can play Stormborn Nemesis, and then you end up having Connor as the Overmind and DF as CAG, and there you go, easy.
Oh yeah.
And then Heltrix as infested Aldaris.
Heltrix will be Terran allied. Aldaris.
Yeah,
we have to do 4v2, and or it's not fair.
True. And then they have that AI guy that Connor mind controls with queens or something. The renegades. What were you about to say that I should? It's almost like I should finish what? You idiot.
It's almost like you should finish fucking chain Nemesis.
Yeah, that map is apparently done. Like the map outline, but there's no AI or mod. Like custom texture or anything. We could do it with Hydra, with the Hydra game state though. With a little bit of tweaks. What is this?
Infested Terran.
Alright. We're just waiting on Alexander. There he is. Wait, are we missing somebody?
No, that was the setup.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's because DF is yeah.
I was just hoping there was one more.
Yeah. If only. Gotta bully some people to join. Hey Iquare, forward your ports and get in here.
I'm so in zero mode today, so.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Just build 10,000 barracks.
Oh, we swapped places.
Yeah.
Hey, now I'm
Hello?
okay. Bye.
I forgot to turn Allied Victory off and I allied you guys. World peace wins again. Alright.
Beat after coronavirus.
Yeah, remake. I'll turn that on. That's funny as fuck. I'll turn that off on the map too, so that we don't have to deal with that.
I like how we jumped into this team simultaneously.
You want the
Perfect.
top spot?
What?
You want the top Terran Confederacy?
He's in the top Terran
Yeah, we
Confederacy
better
on the
be
bottom.
defend.
You sticking with that position, Connor?
Yeah.
Alright.
Celebrate control.
Alright, Ultralisks, you're up.
Ultralisk.
Ultra violence. Ultra virus.
Yeah. You.
Ultramarine.
True. Writing base layout / guard to A's.log.
Dot dot dot.
I should edit that string to just say debug build, idiot. At least then I would laugh when I see it.
Good idea.
I feel like the for the top AI, I should probably, or not top AI, the top right Confederate position. I feel like that first mineral field being 200 minerals is pretty, like it's almost a troll. You're gonna mine from it because it's so close, but it gives you nothing. I wonder if I should move that to be further back, or just make it a 600 or something.
By the way, Nave told me how to edit real-time lighting in remastered, so I'm changing that now.
Edit.
Yeah,
Edit you.
basically make it less stupid.
Oh, tone it down, you mean?
Exactly.
Woof.
How is this captain? Bark.
Well, I think the positions are the same besides DF and UED commander swapping places.
Yeah.
I don't have to do my announcer voice again.
Now DF has to deal with the Connor's bullshit, but not me.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that. Now Connor's going to attack you specifically.
Yeah, but then he'll have to play Brood War.
I like how you're threatening him by telling him you're going to make him play your campaign.
Well, he has to play it anyway, so...
No. I think if he wins in this map, if he wins this game where it's 2v2v1, then he doesn't have to. That's what I think.
Oh no.
If you defeat him, then he has to. How about that? Put some stakes on this grill.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, he'll say, "I agree" as he's winning, or "No, never mind" as he's losing.
Exactly.
Fucking, what a guy!
What are you?
What are you actually? I would like to fix up asphalt edge tiles so that they don't get so broken all the time. And at some point, I've got to fix up the structure edge tiles, outer corners specifically, because they don't blend properly. That still destroys me.
So where are any expos for his spawn location?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have the entirety of the middle of the map because there's no player there. Otherwise, there's to the right, to the upper right if you want to steal DF space, to the bottom left if you want a more immediately accessible natural. This player is designed so that it's risky for them to push out in theory, but they can also stay solvent by staying on their base because they've got 8 mineral fields and most of them have they all have at least 2,000 starting resources. Oh shit!
Oh, goes already. Nice.
Hey, nice job, DF.
There's bullying happening.
Why is Creep Colony C?
What? It's always been C.
Has it?
Yes, it's never not been C. What's up, Shaker Laker? Welcome to the chat, dude.
DF is doing fine job for to make Connor play alternate.
Hey, you can't do that. You said you'd think
That's
about
not
it.
fair.
That's not very nice. Waiting to see this SCV turn into a bunker.
I mean, Connor has almost reached the
Oh. Oh.
the primal campaign, so
Oh. Oh. Oh no. Disaster has struck.
Hey, I'm building another. Check me out.
You're not the only one.
And doesn't have to be lifted off.
Pretty epic. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Connor's not playing alternate after all.
Oh, yeah, hold on.
What a counterattack.
UED for the rescue.
That was a bad move from me.
You almost got that sunken colony. It only cost you your entire mineral line.
You guys better not be stream cheating either.
Yeah, no stream sniping allowed. Wow, what? I'm not surprised at what Connor's building.
Will you be fine, DF?
Come again?
Alright, I will keep half of this platoon
sorry.
here.
I was thinking shared control should be a thing as well in case you needed to move your allies' units or something, but I guess that could be griefed.
Yeah.
But I actually don't think that the argument that could be used to grief somebody is like a good argument. It's like maybe you don't play with assholes. I don't know. Do I see any Cyprians or Shamans? I do not yet. Time will tell. Uh-oh.
Excuse me?
Nani? And I got my units.
Brutal.
You.
Cyprians are allowed, yeah. Yeah, I showed the nuke on stream. Come on, man.
Why is it still to 100?
Why is what? You?
Why is missile to 100 minerals?
Oh, they have some changes to them.
Oh, okay.
I think they have 1 base armor now, and there's an upgrade you can get for them that would make them pretty busted if you could spam them as easily as you could normally. Well, presumably it would make them much stronger than they ought to be.
Holy Goliath. Okay, bye. Nice try, asshole. Holy Marines.
What? Hey, Pronago. I don't know why this. Why?
You don't
Holy
know what?
shit. You see my marines on the top left? I don't know how it get there.
You should probably check your recording then because you moved them up there in the early game.
Later I'll see.
Disgusting.
Thanks, Basilisks.
Get out.
Yeah, basilisks have that +1 or the 1 base armor, so they're pretty resilient, especially since DF doesn't have any infantry upgrades.
But have invested some of that money into fucking units.
You what? Huh? Me?
Should have invested some of that money into actual units ammo.
True. You.
Well, okay, blind spot.
I did that in Fraud Night, Iquare, and I used it to bully Dawn with the extra range. I like how the Terrans, the Sons of Coral and Magistrate players were like, you know, just kill these unthreatening UED commander guy instead of fucking up Connor, who's building an army of...
Go away! That's my only base.
Well, Basilisks can't attack up, but they can annihilate infantry. I still have to figure out a better projectile for them, though.
What a high ground.
Fucking corner.
Uh-oh. He's got the bounce!
Destroyed.
Oof,
Need some repairs on that base.
Utter bullying. Somehow the Terrans are still alive. The Confederates. No, Connor's the only Zerg.
By the way, Connor, I will still expect you to show up on the next red mate.
Executed.
Oh my god, it goes.
You're gonna need more basilisks.
Since apparently you are planning to go out of your way to not play alternate. And they still need your input on primals.
That's Kerrigan and that's Alexander.
Bye.
Wait, what happens?
Oh, why?
Connor has had to abandon ship. That's what happened.
Oh, okay.
I can't believe... Wait. Am I desynced or is DF still on one base?
Yeah, he's still on one base.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's just proving how useful the regenerating minerals are. Because you've had a staggering number of units. Well, maybe not staggering compared to what is about to befall you, but you know.
Well, I'm also really bad with Terran, so...
Ah. I see. What's up, Balathon? Oh yeah, I pinged you in Special Bus earlier about a new feature for Todd that people were talking about. Alexander suggested that we allow people to manually assign themselves roles. Certain roles, anyway. So if you think you could program that into Todd, I can send you his source again, and you can maybe take a look at that. I'm not sure if that's something you'd know immediately how to do. See ya. I don't think your command center is not escaping this time. Oh shit!
Holy shit!
The Confederates have been retconned from this map. See ya. Just like they were retconned into the map. Oh fuck! Why did you go up? What a disaster. I can't believe it. Thanks. I'll do that right now.
I'm switching to read my messages in the VK and some guy is writing to me, okay, bye.
Yeah?
Hey Connor, I have a new proposition.
Oh, okay.
How about Diefenfest himself? Seems like we have a common enemy.
That one Marine and his fucking harem. Holy moly.
Sounds like Rainer to me, to be honest.
Sounds like anime, to be honest. It's too bad you guys, the new optical flare isn't in, so you couldn't blind them and make them shoot themselves.
Yeah.
I think that instead of it being random or whatever the current description is, optical flare should probably just make units shoot the nearest target, regardless of allegiance. I think that would make more sense.
Yeah.
I mean, they couldn't see, so
Yeah, but the issue is, like, in terms of gameplay impact, I don't want it to randomly pick, you know?
right.
I would rather it be a consistent thing that you know, like, alright, if I get out of this unit's weapon range with, or whatever. But that will be interesting for stuff like battle cruisers and shit, or siege tanks. Like, you can actually see where it would be useful.
Yeah.
Well, the Confederates have successfully snatched defeat.
Aldrisk, you know that is gender pursuit, you know that, right? You can
What?
do that.
Sorry?
That's gender abusing.
Holy fuck. I love the Marines walking up to try to support the tank and dying before the tank does.
Nice shadow on medics, by the way. You made a fixed version for me. Make it for those.
Oh yeah, I just haven't imported it yet, I don't think.
Hey Connor, can you go share vision? Since I'm dead.
Really? That's not good.
Yeah, DF and UED are dead.
That's surprising.
Holy siege tank. They have forces literally everywhere. Hey, everyone enable your shared vision.
There should be a, like, I guess I could just make a trigger that's, like, current player and allies own exactly 0 factories. Well, it would have to be 0 any unit, just in case you survived, like, with a man.
Maybe 0 factories and 0 SCVs.
Yeah, it would be workers and factories. And, well, I guess it could just be it could be men as well. If you have, like, a refinery or a supply depot or something, it's fine. But if you still have units that you could use to impact the gameplay with, it's not a good idea, I don't think. I like that he rushed back to a basilisk.
Totally basilisk.
Spin.
But have you tried the new sprite yet for basilisk?
Has he tried what? Oh shit! It's Cyprian!
The new sprite for basilisk.
Oh no, I haven't even looked at it.
That's amazing.
Oh shit, I forgot to...
I still need you to check that, you know, for friends.
The Cyprians are pretty fucking powerful, man. Well, there you go.
And only now I get defeat. Because Connor left.
Yeah. Well, it defeats you because it victories another team. Well, there you go.
I'm like,
Well, I mean, does it, how does that work? I got defeated, so technically he shouldn't play alternate, but he got defeated as well, so he should play alternate.
No, I guess that just means that Alexander gets to pick. Any?
playing again, or are you getting off?
I can play another, or I can observe another, I should say. Are we any suggested changes since that was a more well-rounded game? I'm gonna buff up the resources there. Yeah, Balethon, we fixed the cancel crash. We fixed the add-on issue. Well, it's not really a fix per se, but if anybody else feels like popping in as well, that could be good.
Oh,
But-
right.
I will be AFK for like 10 minutes or so, bye.
Oh, okay.
Rip.
Destroyed. Well, I'll just move back to my desktop stream then. How'd you feel about that one, DF? I think you've earned a Zerg try if you want to play again as Zerg this time.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. That means Connor can play as Terran instead. Or it can be
Fair
you
enough.
guys versus all Terrans, allied together, united against the anime.
That would be interesting.
So. All right. I'm thinking maybe there's... I could end up messing around with the blue area to further restrict some build space in like the natural or something because it's pretty open. Or just to have maybe just a little bit of like a cliff or something.
Yeah, it does seem pretty large.
Yeah. Alright. Other than that, though, I don't see anything in particular. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's fairly easy for blue to bunker down across once they take enough areas. Like if they take the two bases that are further, like closer to the middle of the map, they have more freedom there, I guess, like more ease of access. The key is like if you want to stop the magistrate from being able to do that, you have to pressure them. So there we go. I was looking for that one. Just a little something. Otherwise, I'm thinking maybe some of the Zerg area probably should be given similar treatment, so it's not quite so open as well, but I'll think about that some more. That's a more involved task right now. Alright, rehosting.
Is it possible for the orange Zerg to move its starting location on the bottom part of its natural resource? Because light blue's base is too safe. Like, too safe really.
You talking about this?
So,
The orange Zergs, like the island almost? The sort of island?
yeah. Right there. So we can, wait.
Oh, you're talking about moving them to that position.
Yeah.
I don't think that base is particularly safe. Although we haven't seen anybody play with the new layout yet. It actually seems like that base is fairly open because you can flank around it. The problem is you have to go into Zerg territory to access the upper flanks. But you go ahead.
Sorry. At the same time, if you put the base over there, I can easily siege them from some kind of river, I guess. But all I
Right,
can say,
that's
like,
supposed to be an element of the map where it's like you almost want to take this base as Zaz, the base that you were suggesting to move to. You almost want to take that base as a stepping stone to crossing the bridge into the magistrate territory. It's like you're using that for both a resource injection and also for like the attempt to secure more map control so you can increase the pressure. And if the magistrate does take the space or just takes the position with tanks, like you kind of need. The good thing about the personality of Zaz is that he's going to build a lot of air units, so he has the tools to fight against that. The problem is more so related to the fact that like he may end up needing to call in an ally to help him breach this position if the magistrate's dug in. But it still requires an investment on the behalf of the magistrate to go so far from his main and open himself up to other attacks from the other two bridges. So I think right now it should be fine. I'm waiting for more data, obviously, so maybe somebody can pop into that slot. We'll see how it plays.
Yeah, I think I'll try it out.
Hell yeah.
in this map, I can only say is that Light Blue's the one supposed to carry the game. He has so many space to carry Red. Unlike only Red, he has only one A safe natural.
Yeah, you're talking
I
about
mean,
like the number of expansions or whatever. For sure, that is something I didn't consider until recently, is the fact that Red only has the natural over here. I could add more resources there to make it more valuable, and then maybe add a couple more resources to the main. And I was thinking also of shrinking the number of resources in this safe base because it's so safe, and maybe filling them into these bridge areas that are more vulnerable to harassment and stuff. But as for adding like a brand new base to the Sons of Korhal area, I was thinking it could be similar treatment to Arak, where they get a base like up on the high ground with them, or I could even reshape it so that this area has a base for them across the bridge. But I feel like that would make that area a little too cramped right now. So I'll have to consider that.
The only nerf I can only suggest to Light Blue is decrease the mineral patch, so that the Terran is forced to expand early on rather than making up a force if ever the Zerg attacks.
Yeah. So like in the natural, for example, they have a lot of stockpiled minerals right now that they can take advantage of. And I think if I reduce even if I end up injecting the same quantity of minerals into the rest of the patches, if I remove 2 or 3 mineral fields, it's reducing the
Efficiency of the
the speed at which they can harvest it from. And so I think that will probably be good. I think the main is probably fine in terms of resource count. It's just that the natural, this is like de facto the position you want to take, unless you're trying to take a very forward position early on, which is probably fine gameplay wise, but I think it should be balanced around a little bit more. So I agree with your assessment on the bottom left one. I just have to figure out how to make the Red's position a little bit more attractive. I don't know if they really should have another base. I was also thinking of reworking this area a little bit and moving this base across the river down to make it another position as like a reasonable Red third, while also keeping it within the sphere of influence of Brass, making it even more attractive for the Brass player actually, because it's a little bit further away from Arak. So yeah, there's a couple of different things that I can do for that. I'll have to see what strikes me. What's up, Balethal? Welcome, by the way. Saw you joined.
Hello. Not much, just
It's Danjo. Who's Danjo?
Danjo.
Who is this guy?
He plays the banjo. I have no idea who he is. Is he gonna crash your game because he's not running the EXE?
Well, he'll be the one that drops, but. I have no idea who that guy is. Must be.
You had to know that the game was Todd Dad, right? So.
Yeah, he must be a stream viewer. It's strange. But yeah, Ultralisks, if you want to pop into the game and the game is up. It's Dano. Oh. Do you? I don't think you have the download link. I'm pretty sure you don't have the mod. Let me put that link in the description, I guess. Hold on.
It's gonna crash. Oh no.
Many red bars.
All green for me.
I only have 2 green bars on 2 people. Everything else is blank, so I assume that means it's fine.
For me, sometimes people have red bars and sometimes people have green bars. And it's not even all at once, like it was me having a bad connection.
Bark, bark.
Is that your dog?
Is this your dog? What the fuck? You?
Including me.
I heard some Russian guy talking. It wasn't UED either.
Oh.
Alright. Well, we'll see if this Daniel guy wants to grab the mod. Otherwise, he's just gonna get dropped when we start. Bark. Oh, it's Ultralisk stock.
Oh.
You should try that voice filter that destroys your quality. See if it destroys your dog too.
I guess I'll wait. I didn't even recognize there was a dog in our neighborhood till now.
Oh. Now you know.
Doesn't that feature also destroy Russians? It destroyed UEDs.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, it destroyed My Name is Lol's claps, and then he was like, "Hey, everybody should try it." And then UED Commander became an unintelligible man. So that was pretty epic.
It may depend on the mic, actually.
It could be the mic. Yeah, it could be the mic. It could be the tenor of the voice. It could be tons of stuff.
Right. Or it's just racist against Russians.
Yeah, it's more likely, I think.
I guess I'm staying the Zerg here.
Yeah. You and D are fine. I'm pretty sure Danjo's just gonna drop when we start, so. Ultralisks, do you want to be in the middle? You're in the middle right now, so. And you're solo, it looks like. So if you want to be in a more defensible position, I'd probably pop down to the top right. Oh, I think he's getting his dog or something. God damn it.
He's dogging his dog.
Yeah. Maybe UED will be back by the time he is too.
That'll be nice.
No, you'll probably be back right after we start.
Classic.
Ultra, if you want to pop down to the second slot, you'll be in a more defensible position. Otherwise, you can take your risky middle position, as it is. All right. Well, let's hope Danjo doesn't crash us while we're trying this out.
Good luck.
I'm waiting for the drop. Yeah, there he is. I knew it. He was not. There is no way he was running the mod because I didn't even have the link up there. Well, it's okay. This 30-second wait will allow me to allow everybody to catch their breath, to flex their muscles, do some wrist stretching, make sure everything's limber. Get ready to
I think at
smash.
least he would be listening to what you were saying when you were like, "Hey, you need to get the mod."
Well, I even wrote it in there in case he wasn't watching the stream, but I guess he wasn't able to figure it out. I don't know if he speaks English as his first language.
Oh well.
It may have been a translation thing. All right, well.
30 seconds over already.
Yeah.
That was quick.
It was 30 seconds at double speed. See ya.
Okay.
Let's just rehost without
What happened?
that guy there. Well, even though I turned off Allied Victory, apparently it still victoried me when I was Allied. Alright, game's back up. Yeah, it is a mess. I just want to see your guys' pings without needing to win the game for me, actually. No problem, Daniel. Just grab the mod next time. Or ask before you join. Alright, who are we waiting on? Ultra and UAD, maybe we'll be back. I don't think so, though. Hi, I'm back.
Nice.
I saw it spaz out, but I was pretty sure it was something else.
Oh, so he's asking about downloading the.
Yeah, I'm typing to him.
Okay, cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the top left-hand corner of your map, we have Darkened Fantasies as Orange Zerg. And in the top middle of the map, we have Connor as Chestnut Zerg. And in the top right of the map, we have Ultralisks as Saffron Terran. In the bottom right of the map, we have Alexander as Scarlet Terran. And in the bottom left of the map, we have Balethal as Maya Blue Terran. Actually, I think that's not Maya Blue, but it's close enough. Let the games begin. Also, I know we've been testing this map specifically, but if you guys have any feedback for the game state in general, I would also be interested in that.
When I see something, I'm sure I'll mention it.
Hell yeah. And hopefully iQuare can implement adrenaline packs sometime soon. I thought that upgrade was already in, so I kept enabling it. Then apparently you can research it and it will do nothing. So fair warning to the Terran players. I've also been thinking about the areas that are surrounding the Zaz base. The fact that it's like a water ocean thing or whatever. Or it's like supposed to be an island that's been paved over, basically. I'm definitely going to make some custom tiles so there's no terrain blocks anymore on the edges. But I was also thinking of just making that a distinct coastal cliff, like asphalt coastal cliff, basically. So they're making like a few variations of the asphalt. I feel like that should work. Alleyway Zerg.
Oh, fun.
Fun with a CK instead of an N.
Well, I lose, I guess.
Just fight them. You got SCVs. Fuck them up.
Well, unfortunately, I'm terrible at controlling them.
Get them. Oof. Good job. You've repelled.
Shit, I put supply depots over there, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was thinking that might happen. Not sure how I feel about that, to be honest. I think if you just put a bunker on the high ground there, you should successfully wall them off in theory. But
I keep forgetting I can put bunkers on the structure.
Right.
Because Starcraft.
It's a surprise. Speaking of surprises.
Oh, well, they have a bunker over there.
Oh yeah? How about over there?
So what's going on?
Oh, hi.
Goddamn. I'm just getting, massacred, basically.
Flanked.
Well, considering your activities in previous game, that is well deserved.
Why? What did he do in the previous game? Didn't he build a bunch of Marines? I really want to know why Warflings are invisible while borrowed. That does not make any sense.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that.
Yeah, it's the same deal with Basilisks. Hopefully we can fix that soon. I talked with Iquare and then later on with Veek about the fixing the sound effects so that it doesn't just play Valkyrie and Wraith piss lines when you morph them. Hopefully that's not something that's too difficult to fix.
Oh wait, Belta wasn't the previous game. Right.
Yeah, Veilthal just joined for this one.
Yeah, I
Replaced
played
me.
before.
Replaced you, actually. Oh!
No, not enough supply depots.
SCV's fighting.
So who is who?
Top right.
No, who is who?
Oh, I did that earlier. I did a whole announcement thing. DF is orange. Well. Balethal is dead.
I keep getting harassed.
Connor
really don't like me, apparently.
Connor is Chestnut. Ultra is Saffron, and Alexander is Scarlet.
We are from the same team.
Why not? I don't see a problem. It's fine.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe maybe the Terrans should all ally up, but they're pretty far away from each other, so. bullied.
The whole revolution thing isn't so interesting anymore when they're
Oh, listen, this is a real desperate alliance. So I don't know what you're talking about.
with Concord.
And Cerebrit Blueberry Collector.
With Blueberry.
That's one of DF's roles, is Senior Blueberry Collector or something.
Hmm. Cerebrit Pencil.
Cerebrit Incel?
Wow, you said that, not me.
What did you say?
Pencil.
Ah, yes, true. Sharpened pencils.
So we have Cerebrit Concord and Cerebrit Pencil.
We should allow drop-in, drop-out co-op support so that the Terran allies can request that Heltrix arrives as infested Aldaris.
Infested out there.
So basically hot join.
Oh yeah. Or they could just call in the UED, and you would arrive with one SCV and one battlecruiser. That's just stupid enough to be funny.
That would not be able to attack, but would fly and arm up with like super velocities.
Yeah, so well, it's the invincible dropship scout from Celestial Reverie, the Sweet Science.
Well, that's still you actually.
Remember that? What
To
a
be honest, we
shitty
should
campaign.
at some point consider hot joins for maps where like people show up, where like new players show up as it goes, like in Consummate First and stuff like that.
We should consider what about that though? I missed the first
Hot
part.
joins.
Who joins?
Hot joins.
Oh, like jumping in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen,
I mean,
I don't think there's
that's
anything that we
possible.
could really do in this. Yeah, can you imagine trying to implement that? That's psychotic.
Yeah, let's let Iker do that real quick while he's doing the.
just real.
Yeah,
No, just real quick.
Just real quick, hey Iker, can you modify the game so that we can
Yeah.
have players join the game after the game has begun, and then give them UI? Not just the first part of that is insane, and then trying to give them the ability to like get something done from there.
Just add a new player. Just hot add a new player during gameplay.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah, that's fine. Hot drop, dude. Plug in, plug out.
Well, if speaking seriously, then I think that there can be stuff done. Like for example, if player, that's the map where a new player arrives, and one of the already playing players has been deleted, then he can continue playing as this new player. Like for example, if taking in Consummate 1 as another example, if Rainer's Raider gets killed, then player who is
Oh, no.
Rainer can play as
Well,
Protoss
I'm
Rainer.
probably gonna lose.
Player who is Rainer can do what?
Well, if Rainer is killed during the game, then when Protoss arrive, he can play as the Protoss.
Ah, I see.
Otherwise there will be AI. Something like that.
Well,
You have enough Marines.
I told you I'm bad at controlling.
It's okay. You can learn quick. Learn on the job. I like how Iquor is just responding by saying maybe. He says maybe, but we need to completely rework the whole multiplayer system. Yeah, maybe we can do that.
Yeah, but so it's possible.
What the fuck? Maybe.
Why did all my Marines Wait, they're being...
You're not dead. Embrace the free for all cockroach style, and move one SCV to the middle of the map and build a command center. You can come back. Fucking liberals. Holy Red Sea, dude. The Red Army is here.
Yeah, he finally
No
arrived.
escape from communism.
God damn it. I thought Alexander was X-Red. Help. What do you mean help? Just fuck him up. Get him. Bully him.
I'm sending what Marines I have left
F2 A click.
to hopefully deal some damage. Continue building them.
United States have allied with Soviet Union.
What a kiss.
That's a lot of M&M.
Communist States of America.
I wasn't quite sure who was going to win that one, but then I saw the reinforcements.
Yeah, just push. Orange has nothing to continue with.
Yeah?
1,000 Sunkens.
Except...
Oh, yeah. A bunch of Sunkens.
Hey, he has something to counter it on his base.
Orange has nothing except an ally.
Yeah.
Hey,
Somebody, it looks like somebody connected a voice, but I can't see who that is.
It's Alpha, the Russian guy.
It's who?
The other Russian guy.
Which? Listen, there's like 6 of them.
The one which makes stupid maps.
Oh, it's Ichabod?
Yeah.
Oh. That's all you had to say. I like how I immediately knew who it was. What's up, dude?
He said,
That's illegal. What a massacre.
So much minerals, yet no gas.
What is that medic healing?
Yeah, that's a good question.
The fuck? Maybe that was just an animation bug or something?
I've had similar thing happening in For All Mankind with when a Terran unit has a shield, you will infinitely heal it.
Well, there's no such thing here, so...
Nice buffaloes, by the way. Communism retreats.
Nice CC.
Poor Ultra. See ya, nerd. That's a good screenshot right there.
Now I'm guessing the counterattack is gonna obliterate me.
Oh, like it did your ally?
Oh, yeah. My ally. Oh, shit.
Remember that screenshot from Omega with like, oops?
Now, if only there was an allied Terran to heal basilisks with medics or shamans,
Yeah.
then they would be unstoppable.
Basilisk 10 kills.
If only this would be a World War Hydra, where UED allies with the Zerg.
Well, they don't have medics or...
And literally revives dead fucking basilisks.
Yeah, that would be the only way.
Imagine this entire fucking thing they just currently on screen being revived. The entire pool of blood. You should still do the UE detector for the Nemesis chain.
That's a lot to ask for just one map or 2 maps where the UAD might show up. Chain and the other one.
Presumably you will also do other Nemesis maps at some point, so...
Yeah, the only other Nemesis map would be that I'm currently considering for UED would be a... What's it called?
Play?
No. Emperor's Flight.
You mean Emperor's Fall or Emperor's Flight?
No, Emperor's Flight, the one where you're on Ire with the warp gate. The Zerg would be AI, and then there'd be Manx, Raynor, and Protoss as the 3 players, and then there would be the UAD showing up and annihilating everything.
Why not Emperor's Fall though? That's also...
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but there's not really much you would... I guess you could have Raynor and the Protoss show up as additional allies to Manx early on, but it's pretty similar premise to the other one. Well, Balothal, I'm afraid you were out of position. Out of position and out of time.
I like how we both have Hydras who can upgrade bounty.
Yeah, it's almost like you stole that.
Oh, you. I had that earlier today.
It's worse having me with 300 supply.
What'd you say?
By the way, since...
I'm just about at 200 now, and I can go past it.
Yeah, I raised it to, like, I think 999 for now as a temporary thing. Eventually, there's just not going to be a cap when we have enough units to make it happen.
999.
Nope. Well, I got annihilated.
It's okay, you can escape with 1 SCV and build a command center to get sniped later.
What SUVs am I supposed to escape?
Yeah, the one you've got selected with 4 HP. Oh, bye.
Yeah, with the ballistic projectiles everywhere.
Move your command center, quick.
Yeah, they can't. Basilisks can't attack up. Get out of here.
I don't think that's worth my time, but okay.
13 kills, by the way.
He only has 300, supply.
It's okay. I'm just waiting for DF to build Scourge or something. Wait, what is DF doing anyway? Where are you?
He's fucking dead, so...
No, he's got Zerg here. Lings.
I thought you had a lot more than that, mate.
Yeah, he got kissed, remember?
Yeah, I got repeatedly kissed like the whole time I was playing.
He has been targeted by communism. Remaining American forces are gathering to support the remaining communism forces.
Yeah, I think Connor wins. Connorism. The pencil sharpening is also about to begin.
Oh.
Is Alexander red?
Yeah. The Alexander Reds again.
So it's 1-1 between him and Connor, basically.
Yeah, I guess. Bye.
Well.
Bye, Lethal.
I got annihilated.
Now you better micro those Marines into another dimension where they don't get killed by basilisks.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Oh no!
Oh, nice.
The bounce is hitting SUVs! When the Sim City works against you. Bye.
Madness, I say.
Meanwhile, ICAP shot is getting annihilated by Russians.
Utter destruction. That is a pretty effective strat. Well, Connor wins again. I mean, it's called Project Hydra after all.
Don't worry, almost at 300 supply.
That's rude. What the fuck? I don't see the connection at all personally, but you actually. You does.
No, this is what happens when you take 30 years to, help your ally who's being harassed.
GG.
Yeah, I don't understand why he was on 2 bases. I don't think Alexander was hardly attacked most of the game.
Well, the other we talked about that before we started the match, but the other bases for Alexander are pretty far away. I mean, they're not necessarily terrible. It's just that you require a decent investment to get them going. And he did build a lot of units early on to help you guys almost kill DF. It's just that
Yeah, we almost killed the F and then counterattack.
Connor attack.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun though. I think we got some pretty good mileage out of the, or some pretty good data, right, out of it. I got my next objective, which is going to be to fill in some more resources for the various bases that I was talking about earlier, and I'll potentially scout around to see if there can be a more accessible third, or maybe move that base that I was talking about earlier, moving that a little bit closer to red so that they've got more capabilities. I think for sure the brass player is lacking in expansions. I'm still on the fence about whether or not they have enough in their main to keep them going for long enough, because they've got decent build space and they can set up pretty good defensibility, but I may need to give them some other advantage or give them a closer natural. I'm not sure which, but that's also on their on the list. Do you guys have any feedback about the other AIs, or the other spots, rather?
I think blue's fine. Blue's in a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
My only complaint would be that one tiny alleyway that allows circlings to just flood into your face.
Yeah, I like that, and I don't like that at the same time. So. I can link it up, but
much better.
What do you say?
Orange's area is much better.
Yeah, since compared to the first time you played it, I do think that
expansion at the south is making it much more viable to take the expansion north of blue.
Right. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, it feels like it's a stepping stone into that area, which is nice. Well, there you go. I do have to get ready for work now, so I'm out of here. But thanks everybody for participating in this play test. If you guys have any other impressions or feedback, feel free to post them. Glad Connor finally got a chance to pop in and destroy some people.
Yeah, he never comes for odd night. What's up with that?
He's usually sleeping. It's like almost 3 a.m. for him, probably.
It's 10 to 3 now.
Odd nights were at 5 a.m. for me. That didn't stop me at all.
Yeah? Well, you don't live in Australia, dude.
I need a better sleeping pattern, mate.
That's me.
Yeah, you. I agree. Bye!